Hello and welcome. This is Cryptos Chain from Simple Cryptocurrency Reviews, and today I've got another podcast for you people to watch. My viewers is the second podcast that I've done on my channel, so it's going to be a really interesting one because it's going to be about crypto trading, and I've got a special guest with me today who's going to be discussing crypto trading, and it's none other than CryptoWendyO. She's also a YouTuber. CryptoWendyO, thank you very much for coming to my channel.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Nice, nice. So cool. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Wendy. So when did you first get into crypto?
I actually just celebrated my year anniversary. I bought my first Bitcoin on November 2nd, 2017,
Nice,
and
nice.
and here I am.
Yeah, I've actually saw a Twitter post. I was gonna mention that, but I thought I'd ask anyway because I didn't want to say that. I saw you posting on Twitter about it. But yeah, that's really
Yeah,
nice, really nice. Happy anniversary, definitely.
thank you. It's very exciting. I'm gonna go treat myself to a delicious cake or something today.
That's great. So tell me, so I see that you've also got a YouTube channel. So you've got like over 1,000 subscribers, quite close to 2,000 actually. So when did you actually start your YouTube channel?
I believe I started posting because I host local crypto meetups, and I used to just not live stream those, but I used to post those, and so I started my channel then.
Yeah.
In about June. And then I just continued. I started getting companies that wanted interviews and that wanted different things. So I said, okay, well, I might as well do those, and then I might as well start posting my trading content because I am a trader and I do TA educational meetups also. So I went ahead and just started uploading my stuff there, and it's been a nice, slow, steady ride. But YouTube is very hard to break
Yeah.
as far as that. So it's been a struggle, but it's working.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. And also the other thing that I've noticed is because we're in this bear market, a lot of people are out of crypto at the moment. They're not really interested that much, and that plays a big role in the view count and these kind of things. Subscribers and all that.
Correct. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah, yeah. So tell me, where do you actually do these presentations about crypto trading? Because I know you're
I
from the
do.
United States, but where exactly do you do them? In which city? And
I'm based in Los Angeles, California, and I go to a city called San Pedro, California, and I host them at a brick and mortar OTC desk called Crypto Space. They are located in San Pedro. They are
nice.
really awesome folks over there. Not only do they sell Bitcoin over the counter and different other cryptocurrencies, but they host various types of crypto meetups there, masternode meetups, mining meetups, security meetups, anything you can think of, they host there. And they are gracious enough to let me go there and do my trading basic meetups once a month.
Nice, nice. That's really cool. Yeah, and I'm also going to be asking you for some links on that so we can basically post them for the viewers, for those people that are interested, especially those people from Las Vegas, which are watching
Los
this video.
Angeles,
Sorry, Los Angeles, which are watching this video. It would be really, really good in case they're
of course.
interested, because there are a lot of people, especially now with this bear market, they're really interested in learning trading so they can play the swings.
Right.
Exactly. Cool, that's nice. Yeah, so just to tell you a little bit about myself, actually, my real name is Claudio. I go by the channel name of Cryptos Chain. I've grown up in Ireland, moved to Spain for over a year now. And I first got into crypto last year, actually. My wife kept on telling me, you should get involved in Bitcoin. I keep seeing this on TV and stuff. I was like, no, 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 I don't believe in these things. And then I started talking to some colleagues at work, and they told me, man, you know about Bitcoin, and you should really get involved in that. And then they told me about Coinbase, and then I started doing some reading about it. And I was like, wow, this is really interesting. And that was in September last year when I first got involved. So, prices were just kind of growing, but they weren't too high. I think Bitcoin was around 6,000 when I first heard about it. So
Oh,
it's pretty
nice.
much around the same price as it is now. But yeah, it really took off after a while. I actually got some Bitcoin, kept them on Coinbase, just forgot about them for like a month. And then I saw the price almost double. I was like, whoa, that's something.
Right,
So,
definitely.
so then I started doing more, I started looking into things like projects, altcoins, because, people weren't really talking about altcoins that much back then. It was just like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And yeah, I started looking into that, and I developed this passion for NEO, the smart economy, which is also known as the Chinese Ethereum. And I started reviewing a lot of the projects to see what they're all about on NEO, the NEP5 tokens, as they call them. And I decided to open up a YouTube channel this year to actually expose these projects to the masses. A lot of people do know about them, some people don't. So I thought, it'd be a great opportunity to expose as many projects on the Neo blockchain to people. The cool thing about Neo is that the usage of their blockchain is actually free. So you don't pay anything. They use gas. Initially, they were charging 1 drop of gas to send a transaction on the blockchain, but now it's free with the last update. So that's one of the cool things, because when you get people involved in cryptocurrency, you don't want them to be spending too much money with transactions and stuff. You want it to be as simple as possible, as quick as possible, and as cheap as possible. That's what people want. So that's
Exactly.
actually quite interesting. That's why I kind of developed this passion for Neo. Unfortunately, there have been some FUD going around, recently with their blockchain, not able to sustain too many transactions. So people are saying that ontology is the next big thing. They're kind of partners with Neo at the moment. So let's see what happens. I am doing ontology reviews as well on my channel. So any of the projects that are built on top of ontology. But yeah, let's see how things go. I'll try to diversify as much as possible, and I'm not going to do crypto trading. I'm going to leave that to you.
Okay, cool, cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I focus on reviews, demos, and podcasts now. This is the next thing that I wanna start doing. So yeah, just to get other people's opinions on the crypto space. Definitely.
Hello?
So yeah, hello.
Oh,
So yeah, do you want to tell me a little bit about some tips for crypto traders that you may have, people that may want to start crypto trading and are interested to learn about it? What do you recommend for them?
yes, I actually have some books with me. But first, I want to start off and say, before you enter into any project, make sure you have, well, not make sure you do your own research on the project. Just don't buy it because somebody on Twitter is talking about, or you see somebody, a YouTuber or someone talking about. Make sure you do your own research first. The
Exactly.
second thing, the second thing I want to recommend, and this is advice, this is advice you should take very seriously, is make sure your security is up to par. Make sure you know how to use a ledger. Make sure you know how to, make sure you have 2FA and you know how to use that. You know how to back your 2FA up. Make sure you have a throwaway phone that you can put the 2FA on. Make sure you have a different email and different passwords for all the different exchanges you want to use. It's all extremely very important. That stuff is important. That stuff is very hard. But as far as trading goes, there's a lot of resources online. I have stuff on my channel. I'm going to be once I'm in school right now, so once school is over with, once I'm out for winter break, I'm going to do a series of videos talking about the different indicators I use and why they are important.
Yes.
So I have that. I have that on my channel. I post free content on Twitter all the time. I post charts and I analyze them. I post weekly Bitcoin market updates and I analyze, the market
That's
and
really good.
whatnot.
Yeah.
But some books that I want to talk about, that you can actually buy these books. They're used on eBay for under $20. They're very, very important. So the first one that I have is The Complete Idiot's Guide to Technical Analysis, and it basically goes over all the different indicators. It was like $10 used. You don't need to spend all this money on these fancy courses and do all these things.
Yeah.
Do paper trading, and I'll get into paper trading in a minute. But basically, this book is awesome. It's got the stochastic RSI, Bollinger Bands, all these different things, trend lines, support and resistance. The second book I recommend is Candlestick Charting for Dummies. Some people do not like indicators, and you don't need to have indicators. Some people just prefer to use candlestick charting. Me personally, I don't really use too much candlestick charting because it doesn't really work for me. But people like to use these patterns in conjunction with other technical analysis indicators. So that's another book that I recommend. Again, like under $10 used on eBay. The third book I recommend, and why I like this book, and it's called The E-Myth Revisited, and it's called Why Most Small Businesses Don't Work and What to Do About Them. What's important about this, essentially, when you're trading, you kind of are like a small business because you have to manage different aspects of trading.
Yeah.
There's a psychological aspect, the monetary aspect, emotions, market sentiment, all these different things you have to manage. But this book talks about having the different personalities that's important to succeed as a small business entrepreneur. It's the entrepreneur, it's a technician, and it is the manager. So you kind of have all these personalities while you're trading, and you need to know how to manage them. And that is extremely important. And it actually helped me become a better trader because I was able, if I was feeling emotional or I was feeling like I wanted to make a lot of money or feeling all these or tired or different things, it kind of teaches you how to separate your emotions and focus on the personality or focus on the personality at hand. Like
Right.
if you are feeling like you got to go and you're feeling kind of like entrepreneur like okay, I'm going to get in and make all this money, you kind of need to take a step back and focus on the technician personality and essentially analyze the chart for
Yeah.
what it is and not expect to go in making a lot of money. You need to go in and be non-biased
Yeah.
and have an objective opinion and kind of just like look at what's going on and just analyze it like that. So
Right.
those are techniques and things that certain things that I do.
Right. So basically, if you think that something may give you a 3% gain, which is like 90% guaranteed, go for it rather than hope for a 6% gain, which is maybe 30% guaranteed, right? That's what you're saying.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you need to analyze and you need to see what the market's saying because at the end of the day, the market doesn't care how much money you want to make. The market's going to do what it wants. And technical analysis, although it's not guaranteed. It
Yeah.
is a very good guide that we use to dictate price, to tell us where price is going to go.
I see. No, that's really good information. Thank you very much for that. And just one question. So at the moment, we've got this debate between using centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges, security, this kind of information. But then we've got the trading bit. So on the trading side, I know that traders do prefer to trade on centralized exchanges, obviously for the liquidity, for the volume. Whereas on decentralized ones, you don't have that much volume. However, they are starting to gain some momentum, like we've seen. Dexes like Waves, for example, which have cross-chain support, and now Switchio are also going to, they've started up on Neo. At the moment, you can only trade the NEP5 tokens on the Neo blockchain, but I've done a beta test on their cross-chain feature, which means they're going to integrate Ethereum. So ERC20 tokens are going to be tradable on there. This means that we're going to see some liquidity come into Switchio. What do you think of that from this point of view, from a trader's point of view, choosing where to trade on? And what do you think about trading on a decentralized exchange?
It really just depends. Like, I mean, it depends what coin. It really, like when I'm trading, it really depends about the coin. Like I'll chart anything and I will trade any coin, but if there's no liquidity, it is a lot harder to trade and the trade's going to move a lot faster and you do have a larger chance of getting wrecked. Like the more liquidity you have, the more volatility you have, which is more fun. So
Right.
it really just depends. But then again, you get these low cap gems that don't have a lot of volume or they have a very small market cap. Sometimes they get huge, crazy gains, but none of that is guaranteed. So it's really find what works for you. Find coins that you're invested in and that you believe in, and then do it that way.
Right. And what about on DEXs? For example, if you see that a token has been down, like say 25% for the past 3 or 4 days, would you consider that a good moment to get in and then play the swing and hope that it's going to go up so that you can,
No,
or is that
no.
a risk?
That's a risk. I don't just enter into something because is down. I look at the chart and I look at the indicators. I look at the stochastic RSI. I look at the RSI. I look at the Bollinger Bands. I draw out my support and resistance lines and I see if it's going to what the chart looks like. And then I
Right.
also go ahead and I chart Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin's doing because if Bitcoin is dumping, your trade is probably going to dump too. You're going to
Exactly.
get wrecked.
That's true.
So there's a lot of different factors that you need to take into account.
And now, thank you. And one other question now about stable coins. How important are they for traders? Do you recommend them or are they not so important?
I don't really use stable coins, but I know people that do. They will exit out of a trade. They will get into a stable. They'll put their BTC into a stable coin, and then when they're ready to get back in, they'll go ahead and they'll do that. So it's whatever kind of style you like, and it's your preference.
Right, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the reason why I asked about stable coins is because yeah, like you're saying, you need to try and get some profit. You need to play the swings right based on the indicators. And I was thinking, with stable coins, maybe you can kind of guarantee that okay, you can sleep well tonight because you're not gonna fear that something's gonna go down. But then you've got the stop losses as well. So that's the other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you use stop losses a lot when you trade?
I don't use them. I do use them sometimes. I used to never use them, so now I do. But at the same time, I don't use them all the time. It really depends what type of trade you're getting into.
Right. Okay. So with Bitcoin, do you recommend using stop losses normally? Say if you're to trade
Um,
Bitcoin.
Not really, because I literally chart Bitcoin like every single day, and I don't, I mean, you can use a stop loss, but I'm not, so if I'm trading on BitMEX, then yes, but if I'm like doing like just a really quick swing trade, I generally won't. So it
Right.
really depends what I am, what the goal is.
Right. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Cool. So yeah, this is why trading is such a big topic, because you can go like really, really deep into it, and then there's the if and the what and the if and the what, and all this kind of conditional thinking
Right.
behind the trade. Cool. That's really cool. Now about projects, I know that you do a lot of reviews on your channel as well. Most of these projects that you review are, I guess, on the Ethereum blockchain, right? They're ERC20 tokens, right?
Some of them, yeah, I do a lot of smaller coins as well. It really just depends who reaches out to me. So I review and do reviews of a lot of different projects.
Right, I see. Now, which one would you recommend to? I know we shouldn't be giving financial advice, but which projects would you recommend people to look into in terms of, I don't know, say like the biggest ones, like the top 50? Which ones would be your favorite pick if you are a brand new person looking into crypto and trying to read white papers and to, I don't know, check information on Reddit and Twitter? Which ones would you be more interested in from this point of view?
I'm not going to go ahead and specify a coin because I like to, I'm in a lot of different projects. I personally prefer like page 8 stuff. Complete shit coins. I like those ones better because there's a lot more volatility. There are some bigger projects on the first and second page I do like, but as far as investing, I like stuff that actually has a use case or projects that are teams that are working on a use case. So it really just depends. Like any project that you have that has an actual use case, then that's great, and it's something I like to look into.
I see. Yeah, no, that's a good point. And also one other thing, what do you think about blockchain gaming? That seems to be a big topic now. I mean, a lot of people are talking about blockchain gaming. Some companies are actually considering, moving on to blockchain gaming. How do you see that as the future
I
of
love
crypto?
I love blockchain gaming. I don't know a lot about it, but I know that I know there's a lot of people that game out there. My stepkids, they do a lot of gaming. I know a lot of adults that do gaming. So I think that gaming is going to be awesome and bringing in mass adoption.
Exactly, that's what I was saying too when I did a video on that. And the reason being is because a lot of these younger generations, especially the teenagers, they're very accustomed to in-game currency, which is pretty much digital currency, except it's in a centralized server. So I think it's much more easier for them to adopt cryptocurrency from that point of view because they're already putting their money to buy in-game products. And if
Right.
something happens to that game and it closes down, their money is gone. So they're more accustomed to that sort of situation and scenario, risk scenario. And yeah, I think from my point of view as well, I do think that it's going to be a big thing. Cool. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in terms of that. Please do send me the links when you can, and for your meetup sessions as well, the ones that you organize, in case there are any people from Las Vegas watching this stream, this video, and yeah, hopefully they'll be able to join.
Awesome. Thank you so much
Cool.
for having me. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you very much for joining. Have a good one as well, and I hope I see you in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.